This guy is the strangest guy I think I've ever met. He is so weird, man.
Strange.
I don't know. You could either be Thor's worst enemy for no real reason.
Emily's there right
now. Okay.
Oh, I'm there. You're just fucking with me.
Or all of a sudden, you could be his best friend for not really that big of a reason.
Jamie's
either.
there right now.
You're
bestie.
I don't.
He flip-flops like no other.
It is kind of crazy.
Love J-Bones.
It really is kind of crazy. Well, somebody is back in Thor's good graces for the most random reason ever.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
Yeah, the bad side, if you get on Thor's bad side, and it can be for the smallest reason.
Oh, so stupid.
Like if you didn't restock cups and he knew it, he might be like, that fucking asshole, I hate him forever.
Yes.
And you're like, dude, all he did is didn't restock the cup.
Or if you take somebody's creamer or something that isn't yours and you use it.
It was a
you
splash.
hate that person
It was a
forever.
you.
You hate that person forever.
Fuck
It was
you.
If you like get busy at night and you just forget to text him back, like it's
Oh,
an honest mistake.
no.
Honest mistake.
No.
Dead to him?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it'll be wild, like say in the cup thing scenario where somebody took the last cup and Thor knew it. Like, so it'll be like 2 years later, and that person will come by and be like, oh, Thor, I have this thing for you. Great. They walk out of the room, and Thor will be like, that piece of shit doesn't restock cups.
Yeah.
And like,
You still hold on to
like,
that.
dude, like
It's
2 years
crazy.
later, and the guy just did something kind of nice.
If he's out on you, he's out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it does.
Done.
You're pretty much done in his eyes.
Yes.
But then,
And there's a difference too. Like, I don't like talking to a lot of people. I don't like a lot of people, but because I don't like you doesn't mean I won't like engage and say hi in the hallway. But if I'm out on you, that's like, we don't even look at me, don't even talk to me.
You made the list.
You made the list. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
But it's not like he insulted him personally.
No.
But
not
if
at
Thor
all.
doesn't like you, you're done.
Said
Like,
something
whatever.
rubbed him the wrong way.
Yeah. We're in a
Whatever.
meeting and he asked a weird question. Oh, I fucking hate that guy.
The question has nothing to do with Thor.
You hate him?
He just thought it was super weird.
Yeah.
We all just want to go home.
But then, on the other end,
Yeah.
we've heard recently, like Thor fell in love with his suit guy.
Yeah.
And why?
I
Just
don't know.
because he was like talkative and like he knew stuff about
Couldn't
suits.
have been a nicer
and,
guy.
Like
Right.
and then
Montezor.
and Thor is like, man, that guy's great.
Yeah.
Why?
Love him.
Because you had a nice conversation.
He just
with
said,
this guy?
quote, love him.
Love him,
Yeah.
and he's not joking.
No.
we DM on Instagram sometimes.
That's
do?
that's weird.
And didn't you end up getting his name wrong?
Yeah.
What is it? You don't even remember what it actually is.
Montezuma.
Montus?
Montessori?
He loves him.
Yeah, but he
Loves
loves
him.
him. Yeah.
Loves him.
Yeah. Just can't say
Great
his name.
kid. Great kid.
Great kid.
And I swear,
Cut of
19.
his jib.
and I
19.
swear, if anybody brings up anything having to do with the suit, he will recommend this guy. He'll rave about
yeah.
this guy like above and
Yeah.
beyond.
I
He'll be
guarantee
this
you, if
guy's
I
PR.
ever decide to buy a suit, Thor will be pissed at me if I don't go see
Yeah,
Montezor.
well, that's a real shitty thing to do.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you.
To you? He's just some kid who fit him
I
for
don't
a
know,
suit.
man. This is how he is.
Yeah.
And then he'd hate me forever because I didn't go see Montezor.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
And he
The guy's-
never fucking
The
listens
guy's a
to me.
nutcase.
Yeah.
He's a fucking nutcase.
Yeah. Wild.
So it's the extremes. Either
Sure is.
he fucking hates your guts and doesn't want to really look at you, or he fucking loves you
Yeah.
for the randomest reasons.
Yeah.
So there was a guy who we work with,
Yes.
who I've known for a really, really long
Yeah.
time.
Uh-huh.
And Thor knows him a little bit, but not on the level I know him. Thor was out on this guy for the longest time for a random comment he made a long time ago. And he's never been a fan of him since.
And again, not a comment having to do with
Nope.
Thor, not insulting
Doesn't
Thor.
affect him at all.
It was
Has nothing
honest,
to do with him.
Yeah.
It was a personal comment about the guy himself.
And he was joking,
and
too.
it was kind of half joking.
Yes.
Yes.
But Thor took it personally and goes, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Like, this guy doesn't work hard.
Who
I
does
fucking
this
can't
fucking
stand
guy
this
think he
guy. Look at this fucking asshole. Every time you see him, look at this fucking asshole.
you guys
He's walking around
remember
here.
when that fucker said
Yeah.
that thing?
And I'm just like,
what?
oh my God,
Like,
dude.
what?
He's a nice guy.
He's a super nice guy.
We've all known him. I mean,
I've
I
known
knew
him,
before,
yes.
before
Yes.
I was on the show even.
20
like,
plus
back-
years I've known
yeah,
this guy.
absolutely.
But Thor was out on him. Done with him. I mean, honestly, like if you said his name, venom would spew out of Thor's mouth
was
because
weird.
of this random comment this guy made.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, you can't convince him otherwise. So
No.
I'm just always like, all right, whatever, what it is, what
Okay,
it is.
yeah.
Well, something happened randomly yesterday. It was right at sort of the end of the show, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of still in here. I don't remember
Yeah, I
what was
think
it.
it was like
What a show yesterday.
I think it was like in the
What
9
a
o'clock
show.
hour. Stop
I mean,
saying
I
that.
He's
was
been
out
doing this
sick
all day.
All
with
day.
the
He's saying the last
flu.
2 days were his favorite days.
I don't know why I've been in such a good
Yeah.
mood the last
Yeah.
What
2
a show.
days.
Talking about Emily not
Really?
being here.
Really?
Miss
it.
So
You miss it?
those days. Would you like me to leave?
No, I love you.
Aw.
So randomly, I wasn't aware of anything that was going on.
No.
Thor left the studio, then came back in, was sitting here. We were getting ready to do the break or something.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, that particular guy comes walking into the studio, which doesn't really happen.
Yeah.
Because he's not on this, he's not in programming.
No.
So I was just like, whoa, what's going on here? He has himself in his hand a cup, and it looked like a cup of liquid.
And I don't know about you, Eddie, but the second he walked in, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I got
We're
nervous.
We're going to hear about this from Thor for
Yeah, I got
fucking
nervous.
days.
Like,
about
who's
what
this
a tool
fucking guy?
bag and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Who's this fucking guy?
Yeah, yeah.
And he hands Thor this cup of coffee.
I'm like, oh, God, what's going on?
And he goes, here you go, man. And Thor's over the moon.
What?
He's like, oh, thank you so much. That's so nice that you did that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what is going on?
I'm
This
so
is
confused.
wild.
Had I been here, my jaw would have been dropped
Yeah,
to the floor.
it
I would
made
have been
no
like,
sense.
Whoa, what the fuck's going on?
So
Yeah.
he just hands Thor this cup of coffee and then
Okay.
walks out. And I go, what was that? And what happened?
The bridge between us was blown up.
You
obvious.
mean mended?
No, it was blown up.
Oh,
it was
before.
bad.
Oh,
it was
before.
bad.
Okay.
It was bad.
Because he made a comment that had nothing to do
it
with
was-
you or anyone
It
you
was
know or
bad.
love.
That bridge was just completely destroyed.
Like that one bridge in Baltimore.
That's it, Eddie.
Okay.
Wait, where's that?
It was completely destroyed.
Yeah, okay.
But now that man came in here, and that bridge is mended.
Wow.
That is the yellow
That's
brick
all, that's
road
all
of
it took.
bridges.
That's all it took.
That's all it took. We are.
Rebuilt?
I don't.
But why? Why did he
I don't
come
want to
in
say I
here?
love him, but I'd give him a hug
But why did
if he needed it.
Excuse
a hug?
I'd
You
give
don't,
him
I
a
don't
hug
understand.
if he
you
needed
don't
it.
like to be touched.
I don't understand.
What a sweet man.
Why
What a
did that
sweet man.
happen?
Yeah.
What?
Why-
So yesterday was around like 9:30, and I
Yeah.
usually don't get coffee that late.
Yeah.
That late, 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
By the way.
I know, but it's like, I'm like, that's
I
like,
know.
whoa, right before bed?
Yeah.
Like,
Before our
are you
nap.
But
crazy?
I had therapy at 11, and I was a little tired, feeling a little fatigued,
No. No.
Going around. Going around.
going around the fatigue of Emily.
Yes.
So I went back to grab coffee, and I saw that there was none left, and this guy was making it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm making some coffee," and I go, "Oh, okay, well maybe I'll come back," and I just kind of do like the walk back, and kind of bummed there's no coffee. But
And
whatever, it
in
is
that
what it
point,
is.
are you talking shit about him in your head because the bridge is still blown up
Wow,
at
the
this
bridge is still
point?
blown.
And
I
there was
did
no
walk in
coffee.
there like, but I don't know if there was all shit talking going on. I was more bummed about the coffee.
Okay.
And I was kind of like happy he was making it, which I appreciate.
Oh, okay.
So, and he was in a good mood, too good of a mood.
Oh, he's always in a good
I've
mood.
never seen him not
Never
hyped
not
up.
in a good mood.
Super
too
nice
good,
guy.
too good of a
Okay,
good
what
mood,
does
if you
that
ask
mean?
me.
What?
So I was sitting here, I'm just like, whatever.
Uh-huh.
We're about to go back on the air, and I see him in the window, and I do go, oh fuck. That's true.
knew it. I knew
That's true.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Okay.
you know,
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
if you saw Hitler walking by, you'd
Oh,
go, oh
dude.
fuck.
Well, that's a wild thing to
Excuse
say.
me.
I mean, I'm
Are
not
you
comparing him to Hitler.
I would hope not.
I'm just saying if you saw him.
Obviously,
You know
I would
what I
not
mean?
be thrilled to see Hitler.
Yeah, nobody would.
And it would
Nobody
be a
would.
weird walk down
Huh?
the hall. Yeah.
Nobody would.
Huh?
Okay.
I'm not comparing him
We
to that.
got
I was
it.
just
We
Yeah.
got it.
That was just what- that was
you
just-
actually did.
Yeah,
you
you
actually
did.
did.
That was just what popped into my head.
Well, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
You know.
You're Jewish.
Thank you.
Okay.
So he walks in and he's got something in his hand. He goes, "Oh, Thor, I got this coffee for you." And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, "Whoa!" Because he says, and I go, "Oh man, thank you so much." And he goes, "Yeah, people were really getting after the coffee, and there wasn't gonna be a lot left because I knew you may come back." And it was one of the nicer things that anyone's ever done for me in this
Oh,
building.
wait, hold on a minute.
One of the nicer things anyone's ever done for me in this building.
15 years.
I mean,
really?
Eddie bought you groceries when you
I'm
couldn't
not
afford
saying
food.
I'm not saying.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's the nicest. I
One
said
of.
it's one of
One
the
of.
nicest.
One
One
of.
of.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
Eddie doing that is obviously top of the tops.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, other than that, I don't know. I don't know what really else has been
don't
happening
think
for
I
me
would-
in this building.
I didn't bring him soup when he was sick.
Yeah.
so
That's
not
true.
on the
Yeah.
bucket list.
That's true.
Sky, I don't know what she,
Never
what have
done
we-
anything nice
What
for
have
you?
we done?
I gave you a king size Tempur-Pedic mattress.
You got me there, honey.
That's
Wow.
fucking
That is
awesome.
true. You did do that.
Like a new one.
That is true.
Yeah.
You did do that.
That was legit.
So Sky's up there.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
You know, so
Okay.
but this guy is up there now, and from that moment on, I will seek him out to say hi sometimes.
Hold on a
Seek
minute.
him out.
I will seek
Well,
him
you
out.
don't do that for anybody.
I will ask other people in the building, hey, have you seen so-and-so lately? If I don't see him for a few months.
Yeah.
You're so dumb.
What a nice
So
guy.
He went from the shit list
Hitler.
to. When you
I'm
say
not
you were
comparing him to
Stop
Hitler.
saying that.
No.
Stop.
I'm not comparing him.
Please stop.
to now the penthouse in your eyes.
Yeah. I would Jesus.
Okay, whoa,
Wait,
dude,
what's-
again, you're not comparing. Stop these horrible
Stop.
comparisons.
I was just
Are you out
going.
of your mind?
I was just going the
Are you
opposite of
out of
Hitler.
your mind?
Eddie said penthouse.
Like, God, dude.
yeah.
Well, that's all it took.
That's all.
What?